Keep watching to learn more about what sets China apart. Total population. China is the most populous country in the world, currently pegged at 1.4 billion. The country has numerous cities with individual populations amounting to several million each, which is similar to the populations of other nations. There is no other country with this kind of population, though, and even if India manages to dethrone China in a few years, it will still remain one of the most populous countries in the world. Internet restrictions. While Internet services are reasonably reliable in China, with fast speeds and reliable connectivity in almost all major cities, regulation and censorship are at a level not seen anywhere else in the world, with the exception perhaps of North Korea. Certain sites like Google, Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, YouTube, among others, are not accessible unless connection is made using a VPN. However, with these restrictions, Chinese still enjoy extensive social interactions online thanks to sites like WeChat, Weibo, QQ, and similar platforms. Restrooms. Traditional restrooms still hold sway over most of China's public areas. Although you can find Western toilets in most modern malls, the traditional Chinese squat toilets are ubiquitous from modern Western malls to new apartment high-rises equipped with the newest in-home technology and furnishings. This is not surprising, since many Chinese still believe that the traditional method of doing one's business is healthier compared to sitting down on the toilet. Public spitting and urination. Public spitting and urination are common habits in China that are not seen in such extent anywhere else in the world. Mothers will not think twice about letting kids pee in the middle of a busy sidewalk. People spit while walking on the streets, inside of restaurants, in malls. Recently, the government has taken steps to prohibit these actions in public places, but it is still a largely accepted practice, especially amongst older Chinese. This could be partly due to the belief that it's not healthy to keep bodily fluids inside when the body's telling you to expel it. Doing so will block channels of energy, which can lead to illness. Standards of female beauty. In most Western countries, standards of beauty have some points of similarity. Shapely or athletic figures, a good tan, and mild assertiveness are some qualities that make Western women attractive. Not so in China. Chinese men adore pale white skin, which they consider to be indicative of a higher social class or position. This is the reason why whitening creams, lotions, and pills are popular in the market. Women are also expected to be slim and waif-like, bashful, and largely dependent on their husbands or boyfriends to an almost childlike level. A woman throwing tantrums in public because a request has not been granted by a baffled boyfriend is not an uncommon sight in Chinese streets. Education. China's formal education system is the oldest in the world. The system was created 2 millennia ago in as early as the Han Dynasty. One of the oldest legacies of this system is Gaokao, a nationwide college entrance exam which determines where students can study for college, and it's a major factor in the kinds of occupations they can study for. Unlike in other countries where different factors contribute to a student's eligibility for a particular university, a student's Gaokao score is the only factor used to determine his or her eligibility to enter university. Pajamas on the streets. The Chinese love to wear pajamas everywhere, especially in winter. You can expect to see pajama-wearing shoppers even in high-end Western malls shopping at wet markets or riding a motorcycle in the middle of traffic. Dancing grandmas. Public dancing is a common sight in China. Older people socialize through these dance groups that meet every afternoon. Every community is assigned a dance instructor tasked to set up the music and lead the day's dance routines, which usually takes about 2 hours to finish. This is a great way for the elderly to socialize and a reason to get out of the house on a daily basis. Dancers can be seen everywhere, from the public spaces of apartment communities to malls and public parks. Marriage matches for single children. Chinese marriage markets can be seen all throughout China, where hopeful parents post photos and information of single children in hopes of making a match with the children of other parents. Parents often participate in these markets without the knowledge of their single sons or daughters and share information such as how much their child earns, physical characteristics, and the like. Saving face. The concept of saving face permeates almost every type of social interaction in China, from casual friendships to political relationships between Chinese politicians and their international counterparts. Not surprisingly, this concept is also influential when dealing with other countries. The Chinese avoid confrontations in public, especially with valued people or friends. Saving face is also common in business dealings where the top bosses of negotiating companies are expected to maintain pleasant relations with each other while their subordinates do the heavy work behind the scenes. China has always been unique, but it's these unique characteristics that set it apart and make it even more interesting to outsiders. From particular aspects of Chinese education and governance to cultural quirks, these differences show that China has achieved rapid growth and modernization without losing its identity. Subscribe for more!